Now let's tackle actual programming. First, start this Finder. Okay, I'm not sure what kind of screen will open up, but you should be able to find this house icon, which is your home directory. Please click this. Then you should be able to find this folder, CS, that we made before. Please click this folder. Then you get something like this. Here, I think you have downloaded items for Project 3, namely proj3.zip, onto your desktop. So let's unpack it and drag it to your CS folder. Let's open this proj3. Okay? In it, two programs. The first program is max.rb. So let us take a look at this program and then make correction to it. To make corrections, you do need an editor. So let's activate code editor from your dock menu. Okay. Now come here under the file menu, select open, and then click this house icon, and then CS and proj3. Then you can find this file max.rb. Let us open max.rb. This is the program. Currently, this program is written in such a way that does nothing. It only goes in loops, and neither max nor maxj values are updated. But it still can be executed. So let us run the program. To execute this, let's activate terminal in your dock menu. Remember, we can use the command ls to see the items in the current directory or the home folder. Here you see the folder CS exists. So let's go into it by typing cd space CS. Again, ls to check what's inside. You see there is the folder proj3. So let's go into it. Again, type cd space proj3 and ls. Then you find the two program files are there. Let us execute the max.rb, which we are currently looking at. So type ruby space max.rb. Then it's waiting here. This is where it is waiting to read in the array of numbers. So let us put in some random numbers, for example, 3, -4, 7, 12, and 8. Once you enter the numbers like this, the calculation begins. In this case, it should show the largest value, 12, in this input. But since we have not done anything, you see the initial max value of -10,000 and the initial location value of -1 show up. So the question is, what needs to be done here? Okay. As explained in the previous session, this part with the for loop is repeated by changing the value of j, this j, from 0 to n-1. Here, the variable n keeps the length of the array a. That keeps the numbers that we type in when the program is executed. In this example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers are stored in the array a. So n is 5 in this case. And then this part is repeated by changing the value of j from 0 to 4. At each repetition, we would like to check the j's value of the array A and update the value of max if a new champion value comes. To check the j's value of the array A, let us use puts command here to show the j's value. So insert the statement puts A j. Here, let us now execute this program. So for this, first save it. Okay. Let us once again plug in, for example, 3, minus 4, 7, 12, and 8. Here is the result. As you see, program shows the first element of the array A, that is A0, which is 3, and the second one, A1, that is minus 4, and then 7, 12, 8. These values are the values of AJ at each iteration. For this time, instead of showing those values on the screen, what we are trying to investigate is whether the value is a new champion. The champion up to now is placed in the variable max. So we are now checking whether the j's value, AJ, is larger than that. Therefore, we use if for this. Okay? So if AJ is larger than max, okay, greater than max, the current champion value. So what do you do if it turns out that the value is greater? What you do is have the value of max renewed, have the value of AJ replaced with the new max value. So J. So this statement, okay? Note that the current J is the index of the maximum value. So by defining max J equals to J, this location J will be stored into variable max J. Okay? Let's try executing this program. Well, we should close this if statement by end. Also, just comment out this statement. So these statements are executed if AJ is greater than max. Execute this. Okay, first save it. And then, so we enter the same numbers, 3, minus 4, 7, 12, and 8. Then the program shows 12 and 3 as answer. That is, program reports 12 is the largest value among these numbers, and then it is located at the third element, zeros, first, second, third. Let us revive this statement, okay? And then execute the program again. Okay? So with the same input numbers, 7, 12, 8. You see, the program shows 3, 7, 12 before giving the answer. This is because every time new champion value comes as AJ, it is shown by this statement, okay? At the first iteration, A0, that is 3, is larger than minus 10,000. So minus 10,000 is replaced by 3, and then 3 is shown here. Next, AJ is minus 4, so this if condition is not satisfied, and then this number is ignored. Next one, 7 is larger than 3. This one is larger than 3. So 3 is replaced by 7, and 7 is shown, and so on. Well, what if there are multiple maximum values? For instance, run this, and then enter 4, 3, 4, 5, 2, and 5. Okay? What will be displayed? Let's think about it. It's fine to expect 5 to show, but at what location is it going to be displayed? Let us give it a try. It did show 5 and 3. Okay, that is, the program answers the largest value is 5, and it is located in the third place in the array. Zeros, first, second, and third. Okay? This fifth one is not reported. You can trace the computation by examining these numbers. First, 4 is larger than the current champion, minus 10,000. So it replaced minus 10,000, and then it is reported here. Then these 3 and 4 are ignored because they are not larger than the current champion, 4. And the if condition, this if condition doesn't hold. Then this 5 beats 4. And again, these statements are executed, and so 5 is shown here. Okay? But then this last 5 is not a new champion, so it is ignored in this program. Therefore, the first location in which the maximum value has shown up is stored into the variable max.j in this program. Are we okay on this? This is the answer to the first problem.